What about Susan Boyle now? What do you think about Susan Boyle? They're saying that she's raked in $15.7 million. I don't know how they come up with these figures, but that she's only allowed to spend $471 a week. Why is that, and do you know if this is true? And
I think it is true. I saw Susan a couple of weeks ago, actually, back in London, and she was working on her new album, and she's very, very happy. But I think what's happened, she's quite naive about things like money and stuff. She's never had any money.
Right.
And she has made millions and millions, and it's all in the bank account for her. But I think her family and her management, in my view, quite rightly, have said she needs to be protected here and looked after. And so we're going to give her an allowance each week. I mean, $471 is not a little amount of money. I mean, everything else gets paid for. I think the worry for Susan is she went to the bank to try and get some money out and wasn't able to do it. And suddenly panicked and thought she had no money. But I think they've now reassured her, Susan, relax. You've got $5 million sitting in there.
Actually, I'm thinking about like what her life must be like now, and it must be a constant state of anxiety, because to go from sort of obscurity and you have this talent and you become an immediate worldwide sensation. People really fell in love with this lady. I think it's a lot of pressure to carry the love of the world on your shoulders.
Yes, it is, and I know that pressure more than most, obviously. No, the thing I loved about Susan is that her manager, when I saw them a couple of weeks ago, he said that she'd never once asked about a chart position for her records. Never asked, am I #1 in America or anything. Never asked how much money she was making. She's got this lovely naivety about her and a sort of innocence and charm. She said to me she's having a great time. She's touring the world. She particularly loves America because here she feels a real swathe of love for her. And the really exciting thing for her, she's a Catholic, and she's just been invited to sing solo for the Pope in Scotland.
Oh my gosh!
And she got quite emotional because her mum obviously died just a few years ago. She looked after her mother for a long, long time. And she said if her mum could have seen her in Scotland singing for the Pope, it would have been the greatest moment of both their lives.
I feel like I'm going to cry.
It was very emotional. And I think it's going to be, when she does that in September, that will be the greatest moment of her life. And it couldn't happen. Honestly, she is such a lovely lady.
She seems lovely.
I love her to
I think that's why everybody sort of connected with her, because she reminded so many people of somebody they knew, or somebody that maybe you never gave a second thought to. I mean,
She's the ultimate underdog, isn't she?
Yeah, she
Someone who dreamed of this chance all her life, and then finally got her break, and boy did she take it. And now she's sold 10 million albums. I mean, it's absolutely extraordinary.
Yeah, it's so great. It's really great. I love her story. I never get tired of talking about her. I really won't.